another Tonic craft kit unboxing video. This one is for Tonic craft kit number 31, which is called Tropical Paradise. And the reason why I've got this upside down box on here is because I think this is the new box that you will be getting yours in. So it's like this much shorter. Mine's got my address on the other side, so I'm not showing you that side. But I think that is the size of the newer boxes, so they will fit your A4 stuff better. Which is better for storing on your shelves, really, isn't it, having a smaller box? So I just thought I'd quickly show you that. And I'll zoom in now so you can't see the mess around the edge of my desk. So, yeah, this is called Tropical Paradise, this kit. And I have already filmed my videos for the kit. So there will be 3 videos coming up. I've made sure to do 3 this month. And later on in this video, past me will show you the cards as well. So, but let's get on with the unboxing of this Tonic craft kit. So, the Tropical Paradise is the brand new colour trend for February 2020. So, it's so cool that we get to get some of the colour trend products before they actually sort of come out to the general public as well. So let's have a look at some of the Nuvo stuff first. So we get a little mini mica mist spray, which is Pampas green, and I will spray this out a little bit later and show you some of the other colours of things as well. But it's a gorgeous very muted kind of a green actually, and it goes really nicely with the papers that you're getting in this kit too. So we have that. Then we also have a mini Glacier paste. So in all of these colour trends that are coming out in 2020, there's 3 different colour trends, and because there have been so many new products, like last year we had Stone Drops, Glacier paste, well, we've had Expanding Mousse fairly recently as well, and Dream Drops as well. So all of these colour trends for this year have got those kind of products in them as well, which is really cool. So this is one of the Glacier pastes. Oh, and sparkle sprays as well. Some of the trends have sparkle sprays in them too. Anyway, there's not one in the kit, but I'm getting sidetracked. But we also get a mini Mambo Melon Glacier paste, which is a really gorgeous pink, and it goes really nicely on the raspberry coloured Craft Perfect card that we get in this kit as well. So we have that one, which I will show you this on a piece of card in a minute as well. Then, Nuvo drop wise, we get a little baby one of Sugar Plum, which is also from the Tropical Paradise colour trend. Sorry my camera does not like pinky purples, but that's kind of looking grey on the camera, but it is a gorgeous muted mauvey kind of a colour. Then we also get a full-sized drop. This isn't from the Tropical Paradise colour trend. This is actually from Surprise Party, which was one of the 2018 colour trends, but it goes really nicely with the kit, so I presume that is why they included this one. Later on in the video, actually, when I show you, when like past me shows you the cards that I made, originally I thought we were going to have the Dream Drop in the kit, so I did actually use that on one of my projects, and I point that out later on, but we don't get that in the kit. We're actually getting this one in the kit, which is the Party Pink. A really gorgeous colour. I do really like this one. It's a really gorgeous, kind of a muted pink colour actually, but it's going to go perfectly with the rest of the kit. Then we also get a glitter marker, which is the brand new colour that's in the Tropical Paradise colour trend, Wild Mulberry. So I haven't actually tried this yet because I have only just got this. So I will swatch that one out for you and show you how to prep a Nuvo glitter marker. I've shown you quite a few times, but as I need to do it, I might as well show it again. So I'll do that a little bit later. And then there is also a pack of 4 glitters, confettis, sequins in this new colour trend, and in your kit you will get a selection of 2 of them. In my kit I got Lagoon Luster Glitter and Fabulous Flamingo Circles. I really like these circles. I think they're bigger than any of the other circle confetti we've had, and the circles are my favourites. So I really like those. And I will show you the other 2 options. So this is the little set of 4 which will come out in the colour trend. And so the other two options that you might get sent in your kit, because it'll be a random choice, are Dragonfly Wings Glitter, which is a gorgeous purple, and these ones, oh my gosh, Jeweled Jade Sequins. They are so pretty. I was raving about these in my other bit of the video when I show you my cards. They just like, they're so cool. They show green, completely green at some angles, and then half green, half blue at other angles. They're brilliant. So if you get those, they're really, really good. They are all one size. I know in the last colour trends from last year, the pots were bigger and they had 3 different sizes in, but these are back to the original sized pots, and they are just the one size of sequins again, but they're really gorgeous, those ones. So you might possibly get either of those as well. Then we also get the Tropical Paradise 6x6 double-sided paper pad. So you get 24 sheets in there, and you get 8 designs and 6 of each design. 160 GSM paper, so it's really good quality, and it is acid and lignin free, so you can use it in your scrapbooking and you don't have to worry about it as well. So that is the gorgeous 6x6 pad. I have a few of the sheets out of one here because I got sent a separate sheet of each, so I'll just show you the patterns on this one. So we have got obviously 8 different ones, but we've got this gorgeous gridded pattern which has like larger squares every sort of centimetre, so that's a really nice one. It's like, I think it's white, no, it's a really light green on a dark green, that one. And on the back of that this one's lovely, a slightly different shade of green, but it's like one of those jungle kind of cheese plant sort of leaves, and it's in a lighter green on a darker green. Then we have this one, which kind of looks like that metal grating that you get on like manhole covers and stuff, and it's a darker green on a lighter green. Then the other side, we've got a gorgeous sort of deck chair stripe with a sort of muted green tone and a really, really deep green tone as well. Then you can tell these two are my favourite because I use them on some of the cards that I'll show you later on in the video. So I've got this one, which is a sort of mustardy yellow, kind of a mustardy yellow, and it's got polka dots on it, different stripes of them. So you got a lighter strip of spots and then a paler strip of spots as well. And on the back of that one, we've got a gorgeous triangular design. So you've got filled in triangles and then outline triangles as well. And then the pink one, we've got a gorgeous pink kind of lattice, sort of dotty lattice design, which is really lovely, with a dark pink on top of a light pink. And then we have this one, which again is kind of a latticey sort of design, with elements filling in half of the diamonds as well, and it's dark pink onto the light pink colour. So that is the gorgeous papers that we're getting in the kit, and they work really nicely as a background, or for doing a bit of paper piecing with the dies that are in this kit as well. Then I will show you the cardstock and paper, or cardstock really, that we're getting in the kit. I also didn't have this piece earlier on, so I haven't actually used that on any of the cards, but it is stunning, this piece. It is called Tropical Nights, and it's one of their gorgeous embossed cotton papers. Really, really pretty. It's a really rich purple colour. It would actually go perfectly in my lounge. It's that kind of colour. And on the back it's black, so any of your mousses you could bring out and use on top of this as well. If you didn't like purple, you could use the black side and put like silver or gold on it and bring out that pattern as well. I think that would look really nice. So that's that gorgeous one. Then we have a classic cardstock, which is the raspberry pink, which is their usual one with the linen texture on one side, and then it's smooth for stamping on the other side. Then we have Pearlescent card, a really lovely green. It's a really nice mid kind of green colour, and it's called Palm Green. Really nice, and obviously the Pearlescent card is so gorgeous. It's really like a subtle kind of pearlescent, really, really pretty, and it is double-sided, which I really like as well. And then we also have this one is so gorgeous. If any of you really love the hollow waves that came out in the Dream in Colour trend, in January of 2019. This is the gold version. So it actually has all those kind of rainbows in it, just like the Hollow Waves, but that was a silvery tone. And this one is called Inca Gold. It's really, really pretty, really nice. Then we also have a mirror card, which is called Magnificent Magenta. And it's, sorry, you can see like my whole craft room in there. It's a really gorgeous pinky tone. It's very difficult to show when it's just reflecting my whole room, but it is a gorgeous pinky tone. And then we also have this one, which is one of their Pearlescent, but the specialty kind of ones that has a really low profile embossed kind of design onto it. And this one is called Jungle Fever. Jungle Fever. This one's really nice. Really, really pretty. I like this one a lot. So those are the cardstock and papers that we're getting. You get quite a lot this month because you're getting 6 of these, 6 full A4 sheets, but then you're getting that paper pad as well. So you're getting a couple less sheets, but you're getting the full paper pad, which is brilliant. And then, let me take the box away so I've got a bit more room. Just knocked something over. But then we have the stamps and dies, and I actually got the sticker this month which says Tropical Vibes. Really pretty. I love these kind of leaves, and having them in purple as well. That's sort of making me want to do a watercoloured card with those kind of leaves on it. It's really, really nice. So that is the little sticker. And then we have the stamps and the dies. And in my 3 cards that I've already made, I've used all of the dies, every single die, and all of the stamps as well. Yeah, so there is inspiration for everything. And also on the Tonic Facebook page, there's also a live unboxing video from Alison and Owen at Tonic, and also I'm pretty sure they've done a live video where Alison did a make with it as well. So be sure to check those out too for some more inspiration. So this is the little stamp set, and we've got it's a little A7 one, and it says time to shine, summer is here, you are my sunshine, and then 2 little leafy motifs as well, which are actually the same as the 2 leafy motifs in the summer is here sentiment too. This month we don't get any dies that coordinate. Oh, actually, does that coordinate? No. Oh, I thought they were going to be clever then, but no, it doesn't. I just suddenly saw the shape of that and I thought, oh, maybe it does, but no. So there's no dies that coordinate with any of the stamps in this month's kit. But these dies are gorgeous. A little while ago, how long ago was it? Maybe 18 months to 2 years ago, there was a set of 4 dies that Tonic brought out, and it was like Blossom, Edger, and there was a feather one, and there was, I think there was more of a foliage one. There was 4 of them anyway, but this is the same kind of style as those, and it's also similar to one of the Christmassy kits that, not last Christmas, the Christmas before, there was a kind of Christmassy version that was similar to this kind of design as well, this kind of concept really. So you get, it's full of these gorgeous hibiscuses and those like cheese plant kind of tropical leaves to go with the gorgeous Tropical Paradise colour theme for the kit. And it's really versatile. There's so many different combinations that you can use this with, or like configurations that you can use with this to give it a more, maybe a more masculine theme, a more feminine theme, or just to give you a different sort of shaped card blank and stuff as well. And we also have a sentiment in here that says warmest wishes, and it has the outside edge to give you the backing bubble as well. And another clever thing about it is we have this bubble and we have 2 butterflies that can both go inside the bubble. So you have this butterfly that's got more linear lines in it, and then you have this one which is a bit more lacy. But they both fit perfectly into the outside piece. So if you like to do the have the backing piece behind it so that you can raise it up with foam, you've got two different alternatives for the butterflies to go in that as well, which is great. And then all of the main dies, maybe if I turn this over and I will take all of these dies off. Alison did go through it really nicely in their unboxing video, but just to give you a quick idea of ways that you can put these together. I've got a few leftovers that I die cut, but they're all the same, I think. So one of the ways I used it on my card was I had the hibiscus at the top, and then I had the other hibiscus underneath. And I actually paper pieced it, and you can twist this to whatever direction you would like it as well. I mean, it has a straight edge here, so I think the actual design of it is to put it more like this, but you can tilt it. You could put it like this on your card as well. You can make it fit more of a square design or more of a long kind of design as well. Like you could possibly move them like this. I mean, you get different gaps between the pieces, but you could always cut out an extra flower from the border piece and add them over the top to kind of hide any areas that you weren't quite happy with how you've lined them up. This one with the hibiscus actually has the cutting edge on it, so that the whole top piece cuts, but it would be left on your card at the bottom. This one doesn't have either cutting edge on it, so this is a proper verso die. This will just cut into your card, but if you're using it with that, you're giving it a top edge, or you can use it with this one to give you just a curved top edge, or you can use it with the leafy one to give you the leafy top edge. And then for the bottom edge of this one, you could just leave it cut into your card, or you actually have the edge to be able to cut it out as well. So you've got lots of options that you can do with this. And with both of these pieces, they're the ones that have a complete cut edge on the outside, but you still get the card attached on the bottom. But you could use this piece to cut them off as well if you want to. And on one of the cards that I show you later on, I actually used, I think it was this piece, I actually used it within an aperture. So I cut a circle aperture and just placed this behind it. So you don't have to just use it in this kind of edger sort of design, or, you know, having it just like this. You could have this kind of design. You could put all of that together using that outside edge, but then you could take an oval nesting die and cut a frame to go around it and make it into an oval design as well. There's loads of different ways that you can play around with this, and you know, you can have it horizontally with the butterfly coming in like this, or if you got it vertically, you can have the butterfly coming in here. You could have the butterfly resting on the flower, you could have it resting on the little twig or up there. You know, there's loads of different ways of putting this together. So now you've seen everything, I'll pass you over to Past Me to show you the cards that I created with it. Hello, so I thought I'd just pop in and show you the 5 cards that I've made with the Tonic Craft Kit 31. You'll have seen at the beginning of this video what's in the kit and everything, and these 5 cards will be in 3 different sped up videos that will come out after this unboxing video. But I just wanted to show you them up close because I do kind of show them up close in the sped up videos, but you know, you might want a better up close kind of a look. So this is in one of the videos. I did a shaker card. So I have used the cross stitch circles from Tonic that aren't in the actual kit, and obviously a piece of acetate as well, but all of the other dies and stuff are in with the kit. I just wanted to show how you could use this like border die and not have to have it as a border, and like you can snip other bits off of it as well. I kind of wish I'd used a darker green ink for these leaves in the background, but I didn't have one that's this colour yet because obviously the main colour trend hasn't come out yet. But it kind of picks up the colours that are in the Inca Gold cardstock, so I suppose it's okay. Anyway, so I used the confetti and glitter from the Tropical Paradise set of confetti and glitters. I'm kind of regretting putting glitter in the shaker because it looks a little bit bitty, but you know, that's up to you if you want to put that in as well. It's not really my kind of taste. I don't usually put glitter in a shaker card, but I was like, I'm gonna do it and see what it looks like, and then I'm like, no, I don't really like that. But anyway, it's quite a cool sort of a shaker card, and I just wanted to, you know, emphasize that you can snip into the designs and stuff as well. And I've just used one of the butterflies off to the side for the paper piecing in the flower. Instead of using the mirror card that you get in the kit, the pink mirror card, I used the Raspberry Craft Perfect card and added the little mini Glacier paste pot. I added some of that to it. You'll see how I do that in the video. But I just thought it gives a nice sheen and it picks up really nicely on that weave texture of the cardstock. Then I also used some of the Inca Gold card to do a bit of paper piecing, and I used both of the mini drops to either add drops to the body of the butterfly, the centre of the flower, and also onto the little stamen on that hibiscus flower as well. So that was the first one that I did, and I've obviously used that lovely green jungly cardstock as well, and I also did it as a matte, but I gutted the middle of that, so I'm not wasting all of that dark green cardstock behind. And my favourite tool for gutting is either of the Tonic knives. This one, I think they're called box cutters, but this one we got free with a kit right in the beginning actually. I can't remember the number of it, but it was right in one of the beginning kits when they did the mystery gift that you got in there as well. And it was one of these, and I've loved it so much that I bought the mini one too, quite recently actually. But yeah, both of these are great for gutting the centre of your cardstock if you can't bother to get your like paper trimmer out and stuff. So I just wanted to mention those. So that was the first card. Then I did another video doing these two cards, and I wanted to show how you can get more of a feminine or masculine sort of a theme to the card. Obviously colour wise it sort of shows that. Obviously if someone likes green, then this would, you know, go for them. But how you could use the floral to make it more of a feminine card, but use the leafy portion to make it slightly more of a masculine card. And I wanted to show off lots of the Nuvo as well. So I've used the Mica spray, or the Mica mist, in the background of this one, and I used the Glacier paste in the background of this one, and I just spread it out onto my glass cutting mat and pressed the card into it and pulled it up, and you get that lovely veining effect in it. And then obviously I've used two of the different specialty cards. And then this piece, I wanted to show off all of the confettis and glitters. At the point I'm filming this, I'm not 100% sure if you're getting all of them in the kit. I'm kind of hoping that you do get all of them. But I presume if you don't get all of them, you'd probably get a glitter and a confetti or sequin. So this one shows the green versions, this one shows the pink versions. So I'm hoping it will sort of go with what's actually in the kit. Anyway, so to create this kind of a look, in the background here, if I tilt it, you can see these flowers are glittery, and the way I did that was I actually used the larger border die from the kit that has two of these gorgeous hibiscus flowers in, and I die cut that from some of the Craft Perfect double-sided adhesive sheets, and then I used my scissors to snip just the flowers out. But you could also utilise any of the foliage elements as well, and you could even do it with this piece and like pick the leaves out as well. And then you just carefully peel off the backing of the paper, stick it down, try and burnish it on a little bit better than I did, because this one is kind of missing a couple of little portions just because I hadn't burnished it on properly, so when I rubbed the glitter on it pulled some of the adhesive away. But anyway, burnish it on, then remove the top release paper and add your other ones as well, and then just add the glitter on top and then just rub it into the adhesive, and I think it just gives a really cool look. I just really loved how that turned out. I'm glad it worked, because I wanted a way of using the glitters but without it being the usual kind of way that I usually use glitters, like to fill in after paper piecing or to just create some kind of a background. I wanted to show how you can use it for more intricate things as well. So that is another video that will be up. And then the final one is a lot of paper piecing, and I really like how these turned out. This colour trend, the Tropical Paradise, is really bright and vibrant and cheerful, which I really like. And I love this sentiment as well. You get warmest wishes in there. It's nicer than like warm wishes. Warmest is really nice. So I did this one, where this took quite a while to do this actually, and obviously when I usually paper piece, I usually put double-sided adhesive behind it, but I was like, that's going to be tricky because I didn't want to fill in a lot of this fiddly detail. So instead I flipped the die cut over, placed it onto the release paper from another piece of double-sided adhesive sheet, and then I used foam tape on the back of them to cover all of the areas where I knew I wanted to add the paper piecing, and then I could flip it back over to the front and piece the pieces back in, sticking them to the foam tape, and that worked really well. And I've done it with the pink, with the green, and then I felt like adding green to these little leaves would have been too much, so I went back with the Inca gold card, and because I'd cut the whole piece out to get the little leaf designs, I decided, because I still had the outline, to snip out the little stamen for the hibiscus flowers as well, and then add that over the top, and I think that looks really cool. And for both of these I used the papers from the kit as well, so I'm pretty sure you get a full of the paper pad in there. So I used one of the yellow ones, and I actually like smeared on some of the dream drops into the background and added a few actual dream drops as well, just to like spice up the patterned paper. And for this one in the background, I actually just patted on some of the Glacier paste just to give that a little bit of sparkle and stuff. And for the paper piecing on this one, I cut this white piece with the flowers in, or the leaves in, twice, and then as I was paper piecing I did the opposites on them. So I did the same thing with the foam tape, so that this is slightly raised up to cover all of the open areas, and then I cut the border out of one type of the green card that we get in the kit and pieced in the opposites. So if I did it in this big leaf here, I would have done it in these two smaller leaves on the other one. So you're only having to cut this twice, and you're getting them completely filled in, which is brilliant. And then I also use that same green card to match the sentiment in too. And when I was doing this card, obviously to get all of the pink pieces, I had this outline piece left over, so I cut one of the flowers out of that. It was this one down here. I cut one of those flowers out, and then I've used that as a focal element on this card as well. And I also added the Glacier paste to the raspberry card, and added that as the backing piece behind there, and I've used some of the Nuvo drops on there as well. So yeah, I really like how these two turned out, and those sequins are gorgeous. I'm hoping you do get that whole pack of 4 in the kit, because those sequins, they are just stunning. I don't know, they're like chameleon sequins or something. At some angles they just look green, but then at other angles you really get that mix, like this one up here. You're really getting that mix of like green and blue showing. They're really cool. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed looking at these little, looking at the cards that I've created, and all of these be 3 different videos, one with those two, one with those two, and one with that. That will be up in the next like week or so after this video goes up. So I will pass you back to future me to finish off the video. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those card samples, and there will be 3 videos up. I've probably said that multiple times just now, but there'll be 3 videos up showing you all of those. I also just wanted to show you some of the dies cut out, so I still had some leftovers. So this was one of the butterflies, and that is using the Glacier paste onto the Raspberry Craft Perfect card as well, and the same with this one too. And I'd been using these for paper piecing, that's why I still have the outsides left. And then I've also got a few leftovers from these kind of pieces as well. This was from the paper piecing of the leaf design, but the outline just looks stunning by itself. Again, you could have an aperture and just have these 2 foliage bits coming around it as well. And then I also have these leftovers, which I'll have just told you about in that video, where I snipped out one of the pink flowers to use on one of the cards, and I also snipped out the stamen of some of the hibiscus flowers from the Inca Gold cardstock to add them on as well. So when you do all of that kind of paper piecing, you're left with lots of other bits and pieces that you can then snip around and use for other cards as well. And I thought I might as well just show you how easy it is to like snip one of the hibiscuses off. So this is the end one. This is on the one that has the curved edge to it. So, I mean, this one does have an overlapping flower, so maybe I'll cut this little flower off with it. But you just want to take your scissors and follow around the edge of the design just complete this sort of flower really. And it just means you get more out of your pieces of cardstock as well, and you can have more like a little central focal element rather than having to use a sort of draping design down your card. You can actually just have more of a singular element as well if you want. Okay, so that is how easy it is to snip out your flower, and then you can paper piece that, or you can I didn't actually do this on any of them, but often with these kind of dies I like to cut it out of white cardstock, stick it onto more white cardstock, and then use my alcohol pens or my aqua flows to add the colour onto it, so you get like the variation in the petals of like the darker at the centre and stuff, rather than just paper piecing it. So that's another way of using them as well. And then I wanted to show you the little Nuvo bits and pieces that we've got in the kit as well. So I'm going to show you how to activate the glitter marker, and then I will also spray the spray for you and show you the 2 Nuvo drops that we're getting as well. So I've got a piece of white card here. So let me start off by activating the glitter marker. So I haven't had this one yet, but it looks like it's a gorgeous deep purple, really pretty, wild mulberry. So, sorry if you've already heard this a million times before, because I feel like I've put this in about 5 videos now, but it's called Wild Mulberry, and I'll show you how I like to activate them. So when you get them, they have a white tip on them, and it's not because it's not working, it's because you need to prime it, and they don't prime it before they post them because it might leak in transit. So I like to shake it first, because you want to get all of that glitter moving in the solution, and you actually want to shake them before you use them. I always forget to tell people that, but you want to shake them before you use them because it is a glitter pen. So, and then you want to press down and kind of break the seal that's inside the pen to start getting the ink to flow. Oh, wow. Okay, that's done it already. Usually, if it hasn't already come down, I put the lid back on and I shake it again, and then usually you can start seeing it wicking into the nib of the pen. But that did it really, really quickly. Oh, wow, this is a gorgeous colour. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. And the glitter markers are water-based, so you can easily drag the colour out with water as well. Just get a water brush. You can easily do that. Obviously the glitter gets more sparse if you drag it out, and depending on the cardstock, sometimes you're left with harsh lines. If you use watercolour cardstock, that happens way less. Or you can also I've got that little drop there. So if you've got it on your glass cutting mat, you can just pick it up and watercolour with it that way. And I often do this, and that's not not very good, tiny little splatters, but I often water down my Nuvo glitter markers and splatter them. That's one of my favourite ways of using them. That's a really tiny splatter, but adding a little sparkly splatter across your card often looks really nice. So that's one of my favourite ways of using them. Then I'm just going to wipe that up before I make a mess. Then we've also got the Mica spray. This is the original one that I had, so I did use this. Let's see if it clogged up or not, because how long ago did I use it? A few weeks ago. So no, it didn't clog up. I was expecting that to have clogged, but I didn't clean that and it hasn't clogged, so I guess it's just down to luck sometimes. But to make sure that it definitely doesn't clog, you want to take this whole spraying mechanism out, and then you want to put that in a pot of water and keep spraying until the uptake tube only has water in it, and then that will make sure it won't get clogged. But I have left this for a few weeks and this one hasn't got clogged. But these sprayers on these little bottles are really good, so maybe it's the sprayer on the bottle that's helping with that. So that is the gorgeous Pampas green colour. You can see all that mica in there. It's not really mica-y yet because it's still wet. It might be dry by the time I've done the other bits and pieces I'm going to show. So then you also get the little Mambo Melon Glacier paste. I I did a video, oh, I haven't edited it yet, I don't think. I have done a video on Glacier paste, but I haven't edited it. But I would suggest using Glacier paste in more thin applications. You can use it thickly, however when it dries it doesn't keep that 3D-ness, it dries flat, so it's kind of a waste of product. You could get the same look using it thinly and using much less product, if you know what I mean. So you can use it, just get a little bit on a palette knife and spread it on like really thinly like that. Or if you want to use it in a stencil, you can use a little piece of foam and apply it like that, and you can also water it down. So if I take a little bit of foam, a little bit out and put it on a bit of foam, you can just use it on a piece of foam and apply it. This was how I applied it to the raspberry cardstock. Or again, you can use your fingers to do that as well, if you don't mind getting your fingers dirty. And you can also water this down in the same way that I water down the glitter marker. And you can splatter this as well. And you can paint with it too. I like painting with it as well. You can just mix that up into like a paint-like consistency. So you can just take a paintbrush, depending how wet it is, you can just paint with it. And if I make it a little bit wetter, I can actually splatter with it as well. I do that quite a bit. Sometimes a project just needs something and you don't want to add too much like sparkle to it, but just adding a splatter of the glitter marker or the Glacier paste watered down, it looks really cool. So you get that really good sparkly look in there, and you can do it, so this is more intensely using it with a palette knife, and that's applying it with a sponge, or that's watering it down and painting with it. So you kind of get a slightly different intensity of the sparkle and the colour depending how you apply it. And then finally I'll show you the drops that we get as well. Oh, and you can also, I got another piece of cardstock. If you want to apply it a different way as well, you can also just take your piece of cardstock and like press it into there when it's wet on your mat. And that's how I did, that's how I did the background on one of the cards that you would have seen earlier. That's how you get that cool veining look. You'd literally just wet it and put it onto your, you can't even see where I've got it. You can wet it and put it onto your glass cutting mat, and then you can just pick it up. And especially with that linen texture, it gives you a cool texture on there, and the sparkle gets really accentuated by it. So that is that, and then where is... Okay, then I will also show you the 2 colours of Nuvo drops that we get in the kit as well. I doubt this will still pick up very nicely on my camera, but it is a really gorgeous colour, and it's the Sugar Plum. So you get the mini one of that. And then you get the Party Pink as well, which is a full-size bottle. So those are the 2 colours that you're getting. It does look a bit more purpley now it's out of the bottle actually. You can kind of see how sparkly that Sugar Plum one is. And you can kind of see the mica in that now, I think. Yes. It's starting to dry, so you can see that mica-y kind of finish that you get with the mica sprays. And you can use the mica sprays, you can spray them, you can just tip a little bit out and splat them, or you can just take the uptake tube out and tap it and get little splatters that way as well. You can also paint with this too. Any of the things that you're doing where you're going to take a bit out of the bottle, you want to make sure you've shaken it up nicely so that you're not just getting the liquid portion, you're going to get all the mica in the spray as well. But yeah, loads of different ways to use all of these Nuvo products. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video, and make sure to look out for the other 3 card making videos as well that should be up sometime after this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!